predominantly white students and poorer students predominantly of color. And as a parent, after so many months of chaos, when we went into this school year, all we wanted was to be able to provide continuity for our children. We wanted to stop the disruption in their lives. And we were promised that decisions would be made based upon data and science. Well, the data and science are in, and the risk of spread in schools is low, and the harm that we are doing to our children is high. And I am tired of people, decision makers, hiding behind the fact that they were parents of an elementary school child sometime in the past. Amen. Right? Well, I know, because I'm a parent. Well, you know what? You're not the parent sitting in the room trying to get a kindergartner on the Zoom. You're not in the room yesterday with the crying 9-year-old crying because she can't go to school tomorrow. And so it's time to stop hiding behind theatrics, behind performative mitigation that you know does not have any effect on the spread of this virus. So it's time to get parents in the room, and not just parents, but it's time to get parents in leadership positions. Okay? So that these decisions are being made by the people who it affects. Thank you.
days at home. He broke that promise. The mayor made our kids a promise that on the days that they're at home, when they're not in school, they would be getting some form of instruction. And then he didn't hire the teachers, and he broke that promise. So why is it that the only one promise that this mayor can keep to 1.1 million kids and their families is the outdated, arbitrary 3% promise? When we knew that the data they have conducted 140,000 COVID-19 tests in our schools, 88,000 tests of teachers. 0.2% of those tests are positive. Outside in the world, 3% positive. So we're taking our kids and we're saying, you can't be where it's safe. Because we made a promise. We are the parents of these kids, and we will not stand for that being the one promise that you keep to our kids. This mayor and Mr. Mulgrew have come right out and said our kids are allowed to be in the Learning Bridges program. We love the Learning Bridges program. You know what that means? My daughter next week, for 3 days, will go to a classroom with 11 other children and 3 teachers. And she's allowed to do that. And we've decided that that's safe because her teachers in that school are not represented by Mr. Mulgrew. My son was allowed to go to daycare today because his daycare is licensed by the Department of Health. And Governor Cuomo says it's safe for kids to be in daycare. Apparently, it's safe for kids to be in gyms. It's safe for kids to be in bars. It's safe for kids to be in restaurants. It's safe for kids to be everywhere except for schools where the tests show it's safe. It is so totally wrong for 1.1 million kids to be a bargaining chip in some kind of political labor dispute.
Yep. Politics.
Remote learning is known substitution for in-person learning, not only for my daughter, but for people, 60,000 students who still don't have a device. That's the biggest broken promise of them all. The mayor and the chancellor, they sat on that stage and talking every day saying, oh, everybody who needs a device will have one. Just call 311.
They lied.
It is November 19th. What have those kids been doing for their 4 days a week that they're not in school under this mayor's plan? It's time to get our kids back in school now.
Yes.